So here I am talking about die rolls and how this deck's supposed to be able to break serve. Ooh, that hand looks nice. Who throws a shoe? God, that movie's very bad. Yeah, it's hard to see if your deck really plays well on the draw if you're just never on the draw because you're winning all the die rolls and your opponents are all mulliganing. Great. Good story. I did have the lovely experience of playing the mirror match in a two-man with the lovely stare down of Nylea, and I was trying to collect a company into like, or no, it was like Nylea, and if I draw Archetype of Courage, I was just thinking about like what even happens here. Like, do we just? I had like a ultimated Fleecemane Lion, and I could have had like an Archetype of Courage and like a backup enchantment. Like my opponent would have just had like an Nylea, and then we would just kind of sat there because he couldn't attack into death, wouldn't have been able to attack in Death Mist, and I wouldn't be able to attack, and it would have just been horrible. Instead, I drew Aspect of Hydra, and apparently, if you, again, Aspect of Hydra targeting Den Protector and then buy it back, the 20 power subsequent creature is good enough to win the game, usually. I guess this doesn't tell me if my opponent's obs on aggro or control. Doesn't really change my lines. It is worth noting that with this deck, the whole Death Mist Raptor thing is like almost incidental. Like a lot of times you're just like chucking your guys in the red zone or whatever, and when you happen to draw the correct mix, it's all good. It's a pretty good curve out for missing a land drop. I guess Avatar's another card to wear Boon Satyr pants and then just shove for a million. 7/4 is nothing to joke about. Which incidentally is also the size of an Unmorphed Den Protector with the Boon Satyr on it, which is actually even harder to block. Also, why does this card have reach? Is he just very tall? I guess he is. What's your superpower? I'm very tall. I can hit a dragon in the air. That's fine. I guess that's better than the alternative. The question is, if I Surrock here, do I even attack? I don't think I do. I think this is just Death Mist in, play Surrock, go. How did my opponent punt here? Not attacking, that's probably where. Probably should be. I guess my opponent couldn't know that if they attacked, they'd just be at 7 and basically dead here. Something about this arm just looks weird. Also, does he only have that cool hook claw on one foot? Also, why is Dinosaur not a creature type? All very relevant questions that I ask myself on a day-to-day basis. Jam. Hopefully not a Rhino. Probably a Rhino, but hopefully not a Rhino. Yeah, that's fine. Trade my creature from... Yeah, I just play my creature face down after... I guess that doesn't really beat an Elspeth immediately, I guess. I was thinking I can attack through the tokens with it, but it's just this that can attack through the tokens then. Probably just getting that downfalled. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So my opponent's obs on aggro. So let's see. They're at 2. So I just pass. Didn't even notice they went to 2. That's fine. So I flip, get back Satyr. I think I put a creature into play here. I think that my window doesn't get much better than just doing this. My opponent's last card's a removal spell or an... I guess Obs on Charm's also a removal spell. Like, even if it is a kill spell, it just kills the Den Protector. And then I still have 5 creatures to my opponent's 4. Yeah, this is fine. My card has an ability. Hooray! I don't think that's very good. I think this card is good. I feel like this card's actually not very good here. I think my creatures are just like a step smaller. Gather Courage might be... Surrock might also be the card I should have taken out. Surrock actually seems pretty bad. Oh, look, a hand that breaks serve because I have Elvish Mystic. Unfortunate for me, my opponent drew their best card. Seriously, though, Citadel is so good at that deck. So next turn, I'm probably lining up to play the Satyr. Even though that's kind of just the worst ever against Dude into Dramokas. Well, that changes my line. I was thinking that not having a white source could be problematic, but drawing the Collected Company and being absolutely sure that it sticks, or that I can cast it in a turn, or Surrock in a turn is pretty huge. Like, the Surrock doesn't matter as much. I guess also in the face of a 2-drop, I probably would have made this play. I guess I also have the Den Protector to rebuy the land, which probably comes up some amount in this deck. Yeah, just like, you never want to get in the scenario where you have like Elvish Mystic, Enchantment Creature, and your opponent just has a creature, because you will just lose the game. Because they'll just cast Dramoka's Command, and your cards will be in the graveyard, and they'll be attacking you. That was something we found out very early on in testing. That's fine. I don't think I'm supposed to block here. Maybe, no, actually this is a fine block because I have the company. I was thinking I could Surrock back, but trying to race Anafenza plus 2-drop is real sketchy. I'm just going to try to set up like company, Den Protector company. And again, I'm not going to walk right into... I'm not blocking, so I may as well not tap the Confluence and take one. Well, still not blocking. Yeah, I could have blocked and then bestowed the Boon Satyr and traded Elvish Mystic, but I'd prefer to not walk into Dramoka's Command. If I get Lion, Witch, Ward... Well, I guess Air was basically Lion in its board state. Lion, Witch, Wardrobe would be a bit of an issue this game. I'm trying to figure out if I should Nasty Sarasti this turn. Oh, that's fine. Well, there's the command. There's another company. What happens this game if I just monsters this Lion here? I think that works out well for me because my opponent can no longer realistically attack with the Anafenza here. And I'm now up cards and board position because I get to company twice from here. And eventually I just get to hook up Den Protector with Boon Satyr. Though it is a bit awkward that... sure, Siege Rhino. So I just pass here. think I'm supposed to collect a company here. Hunter being a massive creature in this board state is quite nice. Is that big enough for you, buddy? So my blocks are hexproof here, Death Mist here, Giant Dork there. So the thing that forces my opponent's hand the most. Oh gosh. Oh. I'm sorry about that. Jeez, that was not what you wanted to have happen. 6, dead. That's exactsies. Well then, that was cool.